Good morning, students. Today I'll talk about the last and the sixth member of the Spectator Club, that is the clergyman. I cannot tell whether I am to account him, whom I am next to speak of, as one of our company, for he visits us but seldom. But when he does, it adds to every man else a new enjoyment of himself. Now, Mr. Spectator, he says that the clergyman, he is not a regular visitor. Mr. Spectator says that he rarely comes to the club, but whenever he is present, everyone is filled with joy. He is always welcomed. He is a clergyman, a very philosophic man of general learning, great sanctity of life, and the most exact good breeding. Now, he has a deep knowledge over philosophical methods, he values good manners, and he leads holy life. His devotion and piousness could be easily noticed in his gestures and in his words. He has the misfortune to be of a very weak constitution and consequently cannot accept of such cares and business as preferments in his function would oblige him to. He is therefore among divines what a chamber councillor is among lawyers. Now, the misfortune is now this clergyman was very thin and he never accepted higher promotion due to that. So, he has been compared with the chamber counselor. Now, chamber counselor is a person who advises in private and he does not plead in court. Chamber counselor is actually a lawyer, okay? So, he advises in private and does not plead in court. So, similarly, this clergyman also assists and encourages poor and needy, but he never performs spiritual functions. The probity of his mind and the integrity of his life create him followers, as being eloquent or loud advances others. Now, his true power lies in the simple and honest way of living and preaching the ideals of Christianity. And this in turn create him followers. Now, his followers are also mesmerized and attracted by his way of teaching, by his way of preaching. Okay, because he has a great mastery over religious topics and can discuss in length over holy matters. That is his speciality. Now, he seldom introduces the subject he speaks upon, but we are so far gone in years that he observes when he is among us an earnestness to have him fall on some divine topic, which he always treats with much authority, as one who has no interest in this world, as one who is hastening to the object of all his wishes and conceives hope from his decays and infirmities. Now, these are my ordinary companions. This is your concluding line. These six members, whom Mr. Spectator calls ordinary companions. Now, the last, Mr. Spectator notices that, of course, the clergyman, because he is a clergyman, he is supposed to have mastery over religious matters and he can preach easily and effectively on holy matters. And whenever he is present in the club, everyone wishes him to preach on holy matters. So the clergyman is the one who actually wishes to attain salvation, as he considers it to be the ultimate truth and ultimate reality. And in his teachings, one can easily notice his desire to meet God. So these all were the companions of Mr. Spectator. These all were the members of the Spectator Club. Last one is the clergyman. We have already discussed about the six members Sir Rosa de Coverley, we have discussed about the lawyer who was not interested in legal studies but was pursuing his studies only because his father wanted him to do. The next the next member was Andrew Freeport, who was a merchant and who was very wealthy and who was very successful businessman. Next character was Captain Sentry, who was an army person, and due to his modest behavior, due to his shyness, he left the army because he was not getting due promotion in that. Will Honeycomb is considered as a dandy, as a jovial, as an enthusiastic person whose who is only concerned or who is mostly concerned about the feminine world. And last but not the least, the clergyman, who is a who is a true epitome of purity, of sanctity, and he leads a holy life. And of him, Mr. Spectator says that he seldom comes to the club, but whenever he comes, he adds joy, he brings happiness, and we always wait for him to preach on any religious topic. So these all were the members of Spectator Club. I think the essay is clear to you. Thank you.